to thank Joel for that warm introduction. We'll talk more about Joel in a little while. I want to thank CCU for hosting us here, and for all of you for being here with us. We're so excited to share something with you about what we're trying to do, Mindy and I and Joel and the team, and to build it with you going forward. But before I continue talking, I want you to hear a little bit from Mindy. Mindy is somebody who I'm very proud to have on this ticket with me. She's an entrepreneur, she's a reformer, she's a mother, she's very wise, strong, compassionate, and intelligent. And, you know, I spent time getting to know a list of people as a part of our process in choosing a running mate. And these are the qualities I found in Mindy. Then it became clear that she was the one that I needed on this ticket with me. And I have been very proud in just the past couple of weeks to be standing with her and what she's brought to this effort. She truly is a leader for this country, somebody who we can be proud of. And she's somebody who I believe is a part of the next generation of leadership in our great country. So without further delay, please hear Mindy.
Thank you, Evan. It is such a pleasure to see so many supporters here tonight of our effort. Some of you I know I've seen show up on Facebook and Twitter, and your comments have come into my inbox, and that's just absolutely incredible. For those of you who are not yet supporters and just kind of came as curious people, I hope that after you hear more about our vision that you may look to stand with me and Evan as we build a new generation of conservative leadership. So a little bit about me. I grew up in a town outside of Houston, Texas. A really wonderful place with good salt of the earth, family, faithful people that remind me of a lot of the people here tonight. I grew up largely with a single mother who was a small business owner who started a business out of her home so that she could raise me and support our family. She was very before her time. And she taught me the values of hard work and independence and personal responsibility. Among the other many things she taught me was, never spend more than you earn, always keep $20 in your pocket, and the path to success was hard work and independence. And I just think about if we could bring those values to the White House, what this country would look like. And it was those same values that led me to identify myself as a conservative and as a Republican, to get involved in the Republican Party, ultimately to go to Washington, to work on the Hill and advise candidates like George W. Bush and Mitt Romney and Republicans up and down the ticket. And yes, as Evan mentioned, I've been an entrepreneur. I've started a business and employed people and sold that business. I've worked in the tech industry. I've been a reformer. But it's really in my role as a mother that I was most concerned when I saw Donald Trump start to get traction. Because there are two things that I've noticed about our supporters, and I share these things. One is that they care very much about the future of our country, and the other is that they don't trust Hillary Clinton or Donald Trump to lead us into that future. So as I saw Donald Trump, and while, by the way, during the primary, I was an advisor to the Republican National Committee, so the National Party. They had brought me in at the beginning of 2015. I agreed to come in on a short-term basis. I had other work I was doing, but they asked me to come in and help lay the groundwork for their digital and their data and their technology operation so that they could build the biggest grassroots organization and the most successful campaign that Republicans had ever seen to elect a Republican president. And here comes Donald Trump onto the scene. And immediately I was concerned as he demeaned Hispanics and women, even our veterans, by saying that John McCain was not a hero because he was captured. And there was one particular time, so around this time I'd actually started an organization called Empowered Women to give voice to a bold new generation of American women. Largely, it was to network all these young conservative women that I saw that were so dynamic and such incredible leaders, and that would help put this face on a party that had had this reputation as being sexist and racist, and I didn't believe these things. This is not what I wanted to believe about my party, and so I built this network, and I was doing a lot of media to talk about this women and conservatism, and essentially sell conservatism to more women, particularly college-educated professional women who just didn't see the party as something that represented them. But all the media wanted to ask about was Donald Trump. And on one particular day, I had just dropped my son off, he's 4 now, he was 3 at the time, on his first day of preschool. And they asked me, so what do you think about Donald Trump? And I was trying to be a little bit careful. It was early in the race, and I didn't think he would be the nominee, and I was working for the party. And I said, well, I think he's dangerous. And they said, well, what do you mean by that? What do you mean he's dangerous? And I said, I just dropped my son off for his first day of preschool. It's kind of an emotional moment. I didn't say that on television, but it was an emotional moment. And I said, I think about what are the lessons I want him to learn as he goes through his school career? And what are the lessons that I try to teach him? It's to respect others, to not to judge people by the color of their skin or their religion, to treat women respectfully. You better treat me respectfully. And here I have this candidate that is catching fire, who's anathema to all of those things. And how can I explain to my son that I'm working for a party that this man may represent? So you can imagine with my horror as I watched him rise and ultimately it looked like he was going to be the nominee. I actually started an organization to try to stop him in the primary. But as you know, we weren't successful. So why is Donald Trump so dangerous? I mentioned some of the reasons. In addition to not being a good role model and to exemplifying this moral collapse, to a takeover of conservatism and the Republican Party, institutions that I hold so dear. He's somebody that praises dictators. He's friendly and cozy with Vladimir Putin. He wants to expand the size of the federal government. He believes in authoritative power, not giving people more power, but in him making the decisions. There's all of these reasons. And then most recently, we saw these concerns about his comments about women went even further, and that he actually brags and boasts about using his power to assault women. Now, Hillary Clinton is someone I absolutely don't want to see as president either. This is someone who used her office in the State Department to give favors to her own friends and to get money sent to her foundation. She's someone that we know wants to expand the federal government and have the government make decisions about your health care and how you educate your kids and even what car you drive. So that's why when Evan reached out and asked me to consider joining him as his running mate, I have to admit it was a little bit shocking. I was not planning to run for vice president this year. But I knew that there were these 2 major party candidates that were not fit for office. They were 2 candidates who feel entitled to your vote. We hear often that people will say, well, maybe you're taking Trump votes or you're taking Hillary votes. Those votes don't belong to Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump. They belong to you.